And so, this is a funny story. So our company was actually birthed out of a number company called Capital Wave, which did onboarding trading for investment banks and, Goldman and others. You don't just throw somebody on a trading desk. You have to 6 weeks onboarding to learn actually how to do what schools didn't teach you, right? And so those same clients were like, oh, well, what's Bitcoin, 8 years ago? And Bryant Nielsen, he's the founder of the Blockchain Academy. I know all about it. And he didn't know jack at the time. But that's everybody, right? We're kind of just figuring it out as we go. And now he saw the light immediately. Hey, this isn't just finance, right? This is going to impact every single industry. And he went hog wild for a long time on every, you can see right up there, blockchain for accountants, blockchain for healthcare, blockchain for XYZ. We're coming out with blockchain for energy and others. And so we wrap these courses. These are all in the non-technical. If you mind going to the next slide. So I know we talked about those are non-technical. That's about 45% of the hires right now aren't developers. I myself am not a developer. I imagine many in the crowd here, it's probably 50-50. And the internet's kind of like that, right? It's like you got 40% are developers, 60% are marketers, C-suite, operations. And right now it's probably more so 60-70% developers that are needed, but more of those soft skills to deploy and get real use cases out there and sell this technology is needed. So we need both sides of the coin in order to get this. You can build a product, but if you can't sell it, right? If it doesn't get used and deployed, everybody says, build it and they will come. No, there's a lot of people building things and there's just not enough tractionable things. So I think with NDF and the people in this room, we could build something really remarkable. So we have a lot of great courses. We've created courses for Coursera and O'Reilly, Algorand, Hedera Foundation. And, if Constellation wants to create a course or they're going to build on an existing course and have an existing module just to key in on what it is they're doing in the marketplace versus other protocols, those are the things we're looking to try to inject, because the easier we can do that, the faster we can do that, the faster we can get people up to speed. And it could be just a 45-minute course with 10-question assessment, and that alone will just separate separate those that are talking and doing, right? So that's what we're trying to do in the space. One thing to just say, hey, take these on-demand courses. Next slide. But if you don't have regularly scheduled live instructor engagement, there's going to be a ton of questions unanswered. And yeah, you can do a chat, or we can do a chat bot with AI, which we're building. But you need that creative space to talk about these things that are happening and people's ideas. And a lot of times when people speak up, you're hearing an idea and it gives you another idea. So the more we can put people together from different schools, different backgrounds, the better. We were talking about MIT Media Lab. They put different people of different strengths and different industries right next to each other so that they can learn how they're doing things differently. And it's that diversity of thought and talent that we need to engage. So live events are just, we didn't want to do just on demand. We needed live engagement in addition to the asynchronous and assessment. If you're not assessing people, who cares, right? Like anybody can press play. Who actually can pass an assessment and says, I understand this. So that's what we're trying to accomplish here. We do most of it through Zoom, but some schools use Teams, and we'll do whatever gets it done. So next slide, please. All right, so the other thing is, it's one thing to, here's all these courses, but how do you have a specific track aimed at achieving an occupational role, right? So that's really what we're trying to do, is not just say, here's all these courses, here's a stack of courses aligned with your background or your aims, right? And so obviously there's fintech is a big thing, but blockchain government advisor, what does that include? 7 different courses plus a live workshop, right? So and then there's assessments along the way to really validate, do you know this? And so we have, we're going through right now, I don't know if you can see it in the top there, Web3 Plus and Blockchain Plus. The Web3 is more for the non-technical, right? And you get the overview, whereas the Blockchain Plus goes more into the development decisions of these things. And should I be developing on the blockchain? What belongs on a blockchain? What doesn't belong on the blockchain? And then once you have that base case of knowledge, then you go up into specifics around security or certain protocol developments, because you're trying to accomplish something and you like what a certain protocol is doing. So the more protocols and curriculum we can create, particularly the leading ones, right? We're just with Algorand, Hedera, Ethereum. We do stuff with Linux's Hyperledger Fabric as well. And we stack these together, they get verified skills, and they're more hireable if we have that verified talent on a blockchain. So we're really trying to push that ball forward. Next slide, please. We have these first 2 tracks, but you get certified. It's kind of like if you're familiar with Project Management Institute or SCORM or CompTIA, right? They have those base level certifications, and then the next level. The more granular we can get on who knows what and when they knew it, right? What versions, because a lot of this stuff gets dated quickly. If you learn a skill and 5 years later, you're still showing that certification, it's wildly different, right? The industry's gonna be massively different. People need to continually upskill. We're going through a massive change, and if we can't easily provide these tools to people, and also different learners, we're getting to a point where we need to provide, I got ADHD, if you can't tell. And so I need shorter form, the more we can have different avenues for different learners, again, diverse thought and backgrounds, the better equipped our workforce will be. And it's not a one size fits all, but being on page of what the subject matter experts is, that this is where the test banks we're trying to establish. And so we're pursuing, I shouldn't say we, Brian and I had to separate. And so I'm running Blockchain Academy and On360, the platform, but Brian's starting the Web3 certification board to get at ANSI, American National Standards Institute, and ISO accredited skills, again, akin to Project Management Institute. So the more we can do that, the more governments can say, all right, they check the box, right? And we have diversity of thought, right? That's what it takes to establish these certs in the space. And then when you're done, you get a soul-bound NFT, which we're in the first iteration of it. We can't, maybe I'll talk to Constellation, they can help me out there. And so, it's to say, I have this, I got this on this specific date. And when you click on it, you share it on LinkedIn, it brings them to the protocol we're doing on Hedera right now, and you'll see the exact skills that they achieved and when they got them, right? And what they actually know. So that's called Open Badge 3.0. And we do that with certificates completion for universities and colleges and associations. And then when they get certified and they pass, these are AI proctored exams. When they pass the AI proctored exam, they then get a digital badge that they can put on LinkedIn and others, right? Signature of your email, what have you.